Hey guys, it's me, Jenny, and I am coming here to you with the very last part of this self-love journey that we've been on together. I know it's taken a minute to get this video out, but I've been waiting for the weather to break and a nice day, and today seemed beautiful. It's like mid-50s, almost 60 degrees out. It is Thursday, April 17th, I believe. And I am at Lake St. Clair Metro Park. I'm going to start at the Nature Center, and as soon as I find a spot to like sit down, I have some things I want to say to conclude this whole series of self-love. But I have to get over my phobia of talking on camera in public. I always wonder if people are going to be watching or someone's going to walk by and think that I'm crazy. So I have to push through that. I'm kind of hoping that a lot of people are around me when I find a spot to sit in. But here we go. So let's go take a look at this nature trail. Okay, so we are here. I am just entering the trail. This is kind of like a big part of like where it all began for me. Had a really beautiful experience a couple years ago when I came here. And every time I need to like clear my mind or get grounded, I come back here. Listen to the birds. Geese. I didn't expect this. They're blocking both paths. And every time I try to go one way or the other, they get really angry because I guess they might have babies or whatever. Let me show you. Geese. This one here, very angry at me. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try going this way. Oh boy. Oh, there's a lot of geese that way. So many geese. Oh, maybe I take my chance and try to get past this guy right here. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I don't want to run. I don't want to run. Oh my god. Please don't bite me. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna like. Ah, shit. Yo. Is it because I'm afraid of you? Oh, yeah, no. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna. Which way do I go? Okay, okay. I'm not going that way. Oh, man. These guys might let me, I don't know. How's that person just walking completely fine? No one's bothering him. Oh no, that keys is so gonna get him. Oh shit. So yeah, they went in the water, but this one's like really aggressively coming for me. I don't understand why they don't like me. And now we're gonna go to the water and see how beautiful it looks today. A long walk through, I believe this is called, I don't know if this is marsh, whatever, but a lot of birds hang out here. There's one over there with a beautiful red wing. I don't know if you know what that is called. It's so pretty. Here's something. Beautiful day. More geese. Oh man. Yeah, so here we are. There's the water. Lake St. Clair. It's beautiful. Gosh. And what do you know? We have more geese. Yes. I'm debating on just cutting through the parking lot to get back to my car. I don't know if I want to keep going up against these birds today. They're kind of freaking me out, man. But here we are. I'm going to try to sneak around to the other side of them. Oh, there's some benches over there I could sit at. Look how beautiful. Yeah. Pure Michigan, right here. God's beautiful wonder right next door. It's right here for us to come visit if you're from Michigan. It's gorgeous. So over there through the trees, there are trees that were houses to a certain owl. I can't remember which owl. But I came here 2 years ago with my son on a field trip. And when we went through there, which I can't now because it's roped off, they said that the owl no longer was there. It migrated and never came back. And they had been wanting this owl to return because the absence of him being in this environment caused like something to happen to the ecosystem. And they were consulting like top people in order to combat this problem and bring in like certain species in order to keep the ecosystem balanced. Well, that day, as we were walking past this area, I spotted an owl and I took a picture of it. And when we came back to the nature center, I showed them, and let me tell you how excited they were. I didn't realize what a big deal it was when I took the picture, but I said, hey, by the way, I did see an owl. Is this the owl that you have been looking for? And they couldn't believe it. They were so excited. They called a bunch of people and they went out immediately to go search for this owl. So I don't know what's happened since then, but for me, that day was amazing. I felt really good that I spotted it for them. It was a blessing and it was a huge transition in my journey. Like something about that day and this owl, like I don't know what it was. It's like I almost connected to being like a spirit guide or something. Like I was meant to see it when I did, and things really started taking off like full speed ahead for me ever since. So that was invigorating, wouldn't you agree? It was a beautiful day for a walk in the park, that's for sure. I'm glad I waited and held out for a beautiful day. A lot of activity happening today in the park. It may not have seemed like it, but there's so much going on in the spring. So many animals are laying eggs and are getting ready to have babies and are building nests and storing up food and supply. It's definitely amazing to walk through it and to watch it, even though some of the moms and dads were a little bit protective, but that's understandable. So here we are, the last video of the series. And I have been doing a lot of reflection on this entire thing. I know, like, I went through the journey myself 2 years ago, and that is why I decided to do these videos because I wanted to help my friends. I felt like I can't be the only one that feels lost. I can't be the only one that is at this like middle of the road. I can't be the only one that's like at this fork in the road where I'm just wondering, what's my purpose? What am I here for? Have I been just coasting through? Why have I been denying my desires, my wants, my needs? Am I the only one that doesn't even know what their desires, wants, and needs are? How do I find that? How do I figure that out? And that is why I did this. Because I'll tell you right now, the one thing that I've learned the most in regards to all these videos after having gone through it 1 year and then having to revisit every topic again in order to create a video, I realized that certain things that are triggers for us, or that are emotional for us, or that are areas in our life that need work, are going to keep resurfacing and revisiting us throughout our lifetime. And we do heal, we do grow from facing these issues head on. But the next time that they come back into our life, it's not saying that these things aren't going to happen again to test us, to teach us more lessons. But every time they come back, you are now able to handle each situation or these parts of yourself that you're still dealing with from a much higher perspective and more clarity. So, what at one point may have caused you so much chaos, heartbreak, and turmoil, you are now going to be a little bit irked, maybe a little bit perturbed or frustrated, but you're going to be like, I did this before. I know what to do now. What do I need to learn this time? Why is this coming back around again? What lessons didn't I learn the last time? You're going to start seeing them as lessons and nothing more. Like, yes, it's going to be frustrating. Yes, you are still going to have heartbreak and feel emotion, which is 100% okay. This whole thing isn't to create like robots or zombies. We are not here to turn off our feelings and our emotions. If anything, this should help you understand what your feelings actually are. No more confusion on what side of the lane you're on or where you stand in your view. This should open you up to understanding yourself at a much deeper level. Another thing that I am taking away from this whole self love journey is that I realized every single topic was like an in time, real life exercise for you to have a different way of reaching certain parts of your soul and of your heart, for you to find your inner child, to take you back to a place to where you had dreams, you had aspirations, you had interests, you had goals, you had all these ideas, and you were filled with nothing but passion, excitement, and curiosity. But at some point along the way, for all of us, someone said something that caused us to doubt a dream, doubt an interest, doubt a path. It could have been very simple in the way that it was expressed and never meant any kind of ill intention towards you. But there was something that was said or done along your journey that only you can go back and figure out what happened and why it happened this way, where you had to put on a new mask. Like every time you may have been dreaming to grow up one day and be a basketball player, and someone said that's impossible, you need to have a realistic job. And so you decided to stop entertaining that idea and you got serious. You had to be an adult and you got a real job. But for some reason, at that time when you were a child, you loved playing basketball. There's something about it. You were drawn to it. You were inspired by it. You would lose yourself to it. Like it was like a meditation to you. Just you moved with it. You vibed with it. So you dropped it because you were told that it was unrealistic. These are parts of yourself, and every single one of us has different interests and different loves, but that is for you to remember and for you to figure out and for you to find what parts of myself did I cover up? What parts of myself did I hide because I was told something that made me feel bad about it? Or I just was taught that this isn't the way. It could be an idea, it could be ideology, it could be, about life and religion, it could be about family and, social norms and, societal norms. It could be anything, really. But what I've gathered the most from this whole entire journey for myself is that I know who I am again. The things that I'm finding myself naturally being drawn to and interested in, I can remember now. Like, I'm getting emotional. I can remember all the way back to my youth of having those same interests. You see, looking at the way that it all broke down, you had to get physical. You had to start moving your body. You had to get the blood flowing. You had to get your brain, the blood flow through the brain and get everything working again. Get yourself back to a place of good health. You had to get creative. You forced yourself out of the box and started entertaining new hobbies. And you started learning. I like this. I don't like this. I like this. I don't like this. And you started realizing maybe there's hobbies that you've picked up along the way that you never even entertained as a child. That's okay. It's going back to the core self and building on that and adding to it. You are different. You have grown. You've gone through many trials and tribulations in your life. You have had many lessons in your life that have shaped you. But the key point to all of this is finding out at the end of the day who you truly are on the inside. Who are you? What do you love? What drives you? What drives you from your core? Because that is your soul essence. Those are the things that your soul brought to this planet to explore and to build upon. Finding out those key points of yourself and knowing who it is that you are. What do I believe in? What makes me feel alive? Those are the things that are going to be like your strongest assets and your strongest skills moving forward into the future. And yes, you're going to have to keep revisiting certain lessons over and over and over again until you understand why they keep returning. What haven't I figured out about myself that I need to really work on in order to get past this phase? But I just really, my biggest intention for everyone that's watching this video is that you keep on exploring yourself. And that in itself, the self exploration and discovery of who we are and what we're made of, that's self love. And that's bringing your best self forward and putting your best foot forward. That's showing up in the world like, this is who I am. I know this is who I am. I've been like this since day one. Somewhere along the way, I lost myself because I had to fit in, or I had to hide parts of myself because I feared judgment, or I feared scrutiny, or I feared failure, or you feared lack of money, financials, stability, or disappointing someone in your life that you looked up to and respected. But you're now at this place where you realize that you never had to hide one thing about you, that God created you the way that you are for a reason. And it's just getting that core essence of your soul back. It makes sense when people talk about a fragmented soul, how parts of our soul gets taken and lost and separated. It becomes fragmented into all these pieces because every time we hide ourselves in one aspect or another in order to make external sources happy or content, we lose that part of ourselves. And over the last year, you guys have been collecting all those pieces back, owning your soul. I own me. No one in this world, no one in this universe has control over my essence. God gave that to me. He blessed me with this, and I have control over it. And I'm going to be who I was meant to be. There's nothing wrong with who I am. I am perfect the way that God made me. And that is where we are at. And I urge you to continue on this journey and to find what works for you. There may be parts of the series that you didn't vibe with, and that's okay. These were just tools to help you figure you out. Whatever works for you and whatever you find gets you inspired and helps you heal, you need to keep going with that. Again, this is your journey and no one else's. So I hope you guys enjoyed the whole series. I know I did. I have taken a lot from it. I've grown so much from doing this for you. And I'm just really proud of all of you. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye.